Affordable versus expensive beauty showdown. I'm Laura Ray. Today I have some amazing products to share with you that are so affordable that I reach for more than high end. Months and months ago I bought this from Nudestix, their Blot and Blur Matte Stick. I was looking for something to fill in my fine lines. And this did a beautiful job. It's a huge stick, which is why I actually like the more affordable product better. It's from NYX, their Pore filler. This is more of the size of a lipstick. So all I do is sort of pull up on the fine line and go into it like this and pat. And I do around here in the pores in my cheeks. I do my fine lines around my eyes, and I go around this line here around the mouth. It's also great for under your lips. If you have fine lip lines, you can go right underneath and just pat it in. But like I said, I really enjoy the NYX Pore Filler because it is tinier. I can get into little areas much easier under the eyes, around the mouth. Both of these sticks have very similar ingredients, so I really am enjoying this one from NYX. Next, let's talk about the eyes. I have been loving this palette from Dior that many of you requested for me to purchase. I like the sheerness of these shadows, and it's what I'm wearing on this side of my face. Now on the other side, I'm wearing one of my favorites, Canmake. Now, Canmake is so much more affordable. What's similar about these, even though the colors in this do look very similar, is the texture. I love the texture of the Canmake. It's the closest I've ever found to Dior. I've looked through dozens and dozens of palettes that I have. I did hear Angie recently talk about e.l.f., and I do like that also, the little e.l.f. palettes. But I find that Canmake just looks so beautiful on the eyes. I feel it's a little lighter than the e.l.f. So I say go with the Canmake. This eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury is so famous. A lot of people love it because it's actually the texture of a powder. So it's sort of like putting powder eyeshadow on your eyes in a liner. This is the classic eye powder pencil. Now, I have one I love even more from Maybelline. I've talked about it before. It's their SMOKEY Tattoo Studio Pencil. This is in the shade Smoky Brown. I have a couple of these. What I love is they're both achieving the same effect, which is a smoky eye. That's the whole reason Charlotte promotes this pencil, is it's supposed to be all smoked out and give a soft eye look. Well, this one from Maybelline does the same thing, is so much more affordable, and I just really think it is a great alternative for Charlotte's pencil. This mascara review is going to be a little dicey. There has been so much controversy over whether this one from Milani is anything like the Thrive. Now, I have the Thrive on this eye and the Milani on this eye. When I first tried the Milani, I really didn't like it because it gave me spider lashes. No matter how hard I tried, my lashes sort of glumped together. And I just really didn't like it that much. But as the product has dried out now over the past couple of months, I'm liking it much more. I think I get a similar look now to the Thrive. I love the way this washes off. It just washes off with only water. I don't need any kind of makeup remover for it. So I would have to say, it's entirely up to you on this one. I can't really recommend this over the Thrive because the Thrive worked beautifully from the moment that I got it. But if you're willing to wait a little while for the Milani to work the way the Thrive does, then I say it's a great deal. Let's talk about brows. I don't have my brows on right now, so I'm going to put the Westman Atelier pencil. This was sent to me, and I really appreciate that they sent it to me because I usually don't buy a pencil this high end. I love the packaging on this. This unscrews, and you have a nice wand to brush through your brows. So I really love that about this. Now, this pencil is the shade Stone, and it really does go through the brows in a very natural way. I like how this works. because even though I typically like pencils that have a very fine point, this is easy to work with and it fills in the brows nicely. Now, if you're trying to get little tiny hairs into your brows by drawing them in, then I wouldn't recommend this pencil. But this is my quick, out the door kind of shaped pencil. I have one that is so similar from Winky Lux. And I love how this is the same way. You can't pull this out, but it does have a brush on this end that you can brush your brows, and it's cut similar. Now it is a little bit smaller. The actual crayon itself is a little smaller, but that doesn't bother me. And it's the same thing. I'm not going to be able to make tiny hairs with this, but I am able to just sort of fill in the brow very naturally and get a nice soft look. This one, I believe, is, let's see, it's like a universal pencil. So this is made to go with, yeah, it's called their universal brow pencil. This is made for everyone. And my brows, normally a taupe or a light brown or dark blonde works pretty well. This shade, I think, works great, just like the stone did for me. So I really love this pencil, and it's affordable. If you're looking for an affordable liquid eyeshadow, I have one that I love so much that's so affordable is these from Wet n Wild. Is their new eyeshadow silks. I put these on with a brush. They're just so soft looking. They're my alternative to my favorite, which is Charlotte Tilbury. Now this formula is so unique. It's fluffy like a mousse. So I can't say that it's anywhere near a dupe. The textures are different, but once they're on the eyes, these are one of the closest that I've seen at the drugstore that give a very similar look. Let's go ahead in with foundation. Right now I have nothing on my face except the products I've talked about and my lips, which I'll share that in a moment. We're going to go in with a very expensive foundation. I bought a smaller size to try it. It's the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. We hear about this all the time, all over Instagram. I'm constantly hearing about this, and it is beautiful. This foundation has a very soft luminosity, much softer than others that I've tried. Now I'm trying out, I've been trying this out for about a week now, this sponge from Real Techniques. It is really incredible. It gives you a very soft finish and takes off any shine that you might have in your skin. And I'm really liking it. So I'm just patting this in, pushing the Giorgio Armani into the skin. This is a little bit light for me right now. My skin has gotten a little deeper just from running errands and things like that because the sun is getting very bright this time of year. But I didn't want to have to repurchase for the video, so I used the one that I bought when it was colder and my skin was a little lighter. Now my skin is combination skin, but it tends to run dry at times from skincare, and this just seems to work any time of the year. This gives a beautiful soft finish, and I really like it. On this side, I'm going to put a foundation I love just as much, and boy, do I love the price. It's amazing. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This gives such a beautiful finish. Now this one actually is a little too deep for me. This is 205 Natural Beige. So what I'm going to do is problem solve here and use a little of the LA Girl Pro Coverage. This is white pigment that you add to a foundation. I'm just going to put in a little drop and mix it so that I can get the right shade today. It still may be a little deeper than the Giorgio Armani, but I just want you to see the finish of it. And I'll go in with a different side of the sponge. This is just beautiful. I have worn this so much. I've tried this in different seasons. It works great really for me any time of year. and it's very thin, which is what I look for. That's why I think people love the Giorgio Armani so much. It goes on so thin and is buildable. So that's the same with this one from L'Oreal. It's just very buildable and gives you nice coverage. It stays on great during the day. I've worn this so many days for long days at work, and it has really stayed on nicely. I can also go up under the eye with it, which I can't with a lot of foundations. So that always makes me want to buy it because I know I probably won't need concealer. Now, what's interesting to me is on this side, on the Giorgio Armani, I have broken capillaries around my nose and I can see them here. On the L'Oreal side, I also have broken capillaries. I can't see them. So this is giving me a little more coverage. Take a look, see what you think, and leave in the comments which side you prefer, the L'Oreal or the Giorgio Armani. Next, I want to talk about concealers. This is one I'm not happy with for under my eyes. It works great on my face. It's the Naked Quickie. When I saw this, I thought right away of my Huda brush. This is just nowhere near as soft. It doesn't work the same, and it's way too big. Look at how big it is for the corner of the eyes. It always pokes me in the eye, so I really don't like the way this is. If they had put a smaller one, I think it would have worked great, but it's too large for that, but it works great on the surface of the skin. So if I'm trying to go like this on the side of my nose to cover up that capillary, and then I use this and sort of pounce it in there, then that will work. Now that's a little light because I bought this mainly for the under eyes, but it does offer some coverage, but it got into every fine line. So I'm really not happy with this and I won't repurchase, but I love my Revlon. This is the 5-in-1 concealer. It's got caffeine. It just does everything. It's got vitamin C. Now I also bought it in the number 2. This is the brightener, and that's what I'm going to put on. And I think I'll just put it on both sides because the other side, the Naked, is not a brightener, and we'll just brighten the edges of my eyes and the inner corners. I'm going to use this eyeshadow brush today from Wet n Wild. This is a little over $1. Incredible. It's very soft. It works great for doing this, for blending concealer. Also, I love it as an eyeshadow brush because I like to have extra clean brushes for blending. So it's nice to have something more affordable that I can just blend out the edges with. So I really love this Revlon. I think it's pretty hard to beat, and the price is so much better than the one from Urban Decay. Let me know if you'd like a video like this on blush and lipstick. I'd be happy to do that for you. Leave a heart or leave me a comment. What I'm going to do today is use a product I've talked about before for blush just to finish off the look. This is the MAXI blush from Rimmel in the shade Third Base. And we'll go on this side. I love this blush. It's so pretty, very soft. It's hard to believe how affordable this is. And on the other side, I'll grab a different brush. I'm putting the Charlotte Tilbury in Ecstasy. This is her Pop Cheek blush that she has. And I'm going to put that on this side. It's a very similar color. Actually, the Charlotte is a little more pigmented. So I'm going to put a little bit more of the Rimmel on this side to balance it out. And there you go. Rimmel, Charlotte Tilbury. On my lips today, I have the Besame lipstick. It's in the shade Portrait Peach. I didn't really like this at first, and then so many of you told me when I showed it in a video how much you loved it. So I'm wearing that with a gloss on top from House Labs. This is the line that I've talked about so much that many times on Amazon, the gloss is less expensive than the drugstore. I bought some for as low as, I think, $6. So I put that as a topper, and that's what I'm wearing today. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite product today. And remember, if you'd like to see a video on blushes and lips that are more affordable than the high-end ones that I have that I reach for more often, let me know in the comments. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful week. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.